Hello, good evening. I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson, and today I want to talk to you about hammer toe. So basically, if you take the anatomy of the foot here and you say, okay, each toe has two joints in the toe and a joint at the base of the toe. So really three joints that affect the toe. With a hammer toe, what happens, instead of being straight like it should be, you get curving of that toe. And in the process of curving that toe, you actually can get a pretty good deformity and you're banging on the ground. This can be a problem because you can get calluses on the tip. You can cause injury to the nail. You can also get areas that are rubbing on shoes on the top, even getting sores and wounds and so forth. And they can be really problematic. They can be flexible, where they can actually be straightened back out without too much trouble, or they can get to the point where they get significant arthritis in that joint and it gets rigid. There are multiple types of hammer toes, and it really comes down to what part of the toe is being affected. If the hammering is happening where the metatarsophalangeal joint is elevated and it's involving just the proximal joint otherwise, that would be typically just called a hammer toe. You can get a mallet toe, which is just the very tip of the toe being done, or it can actually involve all joints and be called what they sometimes call a claw toe. Most of the time, if you talk to your doctor, they're all going to be hammer toes, but it's literally, if we'll do it with the finger here, if you have just this joint there bending, that's a hammer toe. If it's just this joint there bending at the very tip of it, that's a mallet toe. A claw toe would be all three joints. In most cases, the proximal joint at the metatarsophalangeal joint is going to be elevated as part of that hammer toe. And so it's a pretty big deal. Why does it happen? The truth is it's genetic, for one thing. It usually runs in families. It's an overpowering. Typically, the extensor tendons or the flexor tendons are overpowering the other. So if the extensor tendons are overpowering, it's going to pull that toe up. If the flexors are overpowering, it's going to pull the toe down. Either way, it produces a hammer toe and can be pretty problematic and create issues in the long run. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson. This is Podiatry Tips Day 253. What is a hammer toe? Hopefully that helps you understand if you have that problem. And what we will do for over the next several days is talk about what your options are if you do. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson.